Hi, my name is Caitlin Kelstead, and this is my project for the Red Bull Bike Summit for event design. A little overview of the project is that basically the Red Bull Bike Summit is a week-long event, and it supports the Red Bull brand, promotes extreme sports, physical fitness, and community engagement. I chose this event to be in the summer, so July 1st to July 7th, and it will be happening in Rossland, British Columbia, which is also known as the mountain biking capital of the world. This whole event will be taking place at Red Mountain Resort. That's one of the main sponsors, and they will provide housing for the event. So there is actually 8 featured events that will happen throughout the week, and this includes road racing, mountain biking, BMX, urban downhill, pump track, extreme unicycling, motocross, and dirt biking. I will start by showing you my logo for the event. So basically I took the Red Bull logo and added some different elements to it to align with the Bike Summit event. This event will be happening in the mountains, so I included mountains in the background, as well as a little path indicating that it's a racing event and it's all about biking. And then the color choices were actually made based from the original Red Bull logo. Here's the mood board that inspired me for this event. One of the things that I really wanted to stand by in this project was including bright red. I was actually inspired by the NASCAR logo a little bit with racing stripes, lots of vertical lines, and then I also wanted to stand by the nature because obviously this will be happening in the woods. One of the things that I wanted my graphics to give off was kind of an electric vibe and get people excited for the racing event. One of the requirements for this event was to create an icon for each specific race, so I made small icons representing each race. This includes road racing, biking, pump track, all of the things that I listed in the first place. These icons will be helpful for people to identify what is going on, and they will be used for graphics as well as signage for people to see. Here's the actual exhibit structure that attendees will approach when they arrive at the event. The big desk is there so people can register for the event as well as hand in any tickets that they might have. This space allows for people to kind of chat as well as get any drinks at the bar, and then you can also see a prize that will be displayed for the winner of the drawings. This is the stage design for any of the collaborative events that will be going on. There will be several concerts going on, as well as people announcing prizes or messages from different sponsors. One of the main things that had to be accounted for to make this event possible was different road permits and road closures. Because it is such a big event, roads will be closed on the Red Mountain Road during all competition category events. The OPP will be blocking off both sides to ensure safety for riders, attendees, and citizens. And then I also included an emergency safety plan for any people with injuries. An important factor of the event is stakeholder groups, and one of the main groups is attendees. So attendees are a huge part of the overall experience. This includes local clubs, local citizens, organizations, people interested in extreme sports, and these people will normally go for entertainment purposes, purchasing products, and as a social event. So some of the pains that attendees could experience while attending an event is finding ways to stay fully immersed during the events and getting good coverage of all events and insight. So basically, a solution to that could be accounting for seating as well as providing an area for attendees to socialize. Someone that might reflect this attendee stakeholder group is Jake Local, age 27. So he is a biking coach for the Kootenay Biking Club, which is located in Rossland, British Columbia. And basically what he wants to do for this club is gain awareness, gain members, and also advocate for bikers. The second stakeholder group could be sponsors, which is another large part of the event. Basically, without the sponsors, the event wouldn't be able to take place because sponsors help fund events as well as make the event happen. Sponsors could include people like biking brands, hotel brands, companies, and more. So pains of sponsors could be finding ways to market their brand and company. And one of the biggest solutions that I found with this is plastering logos on structures as well as graphics to kind of put their brand out there. So another person that could reflect the sponsor group is Miranda Resort. So Miranda is actually the Red Mountain Resort owner, and she's sponsoring the entire event. This is a really great way for her to gain recognition, gain revenue, and market the resort. For the third stakeholder group, this is business people. People from the business world are very important for any event because they have hopes of gaining insight for their own brand, and they socialize with others to promote their own brand. So a pain for them could be making sure that they talk with the right people, and a solution is meeting in the areas provided on the second floor to elevate social experiences within the exhibit. So a person that could reflect the business people is Josh BMX. He's basically a businessman from the company Source BMX. So they sell lots of products for BMX bikers. So some of his goals could be selling products, gaining insight, as well as socializing with others. And the last stakeholder group that is very important to this event is participants. So none of the events would be able to go without participants in races, stage talks, concerts, and more. So these people train and practice to make the event perfect, and without them, it wouldn't be able to go on. So basically, some of their pains is making sure everything's ready for the event and finding everything around the actual event. And a solution to that is having good points of entry. So this includes signage, wayfinding, and then training ahead of time before the event so they know that they're ready. And then a person that could reflect this participant group is Mark Biker. So he's a participant in the mountain biking race and is excited to show off his skills by finding the best products, gaining racing experience, and meeting peers. Here's an overview floor plan of the actual exhibit structure that is in the event. And like I said before, there is a registration counter at the front, a bar area behind that, a meeting space on the second floor, and then underneath that, there will actually be a medical station for any injuries happening within the races. I've included an overhead map of the overall space of the event. So basically, the exhibit structure will be on two separate sides of the event just because it's so big and the paths are big. The path at the bottom is the path that will happen for mountain biking because it's in the actual mountains. And then the smaller path next to that is for pump track. And then Red Mountain Road will be the road that all of the bikers will go on. And then the little red square is actually where the stage will be for all of the concerts and events. Here's another view of the exhibit structure. I wanted to go with kind of a contemporary electric feel. Like I said before, I was very inspired by NASCAR's branding for this project. One of the things that I wanted to talk about was behind this registration counter, there's a giant screen that shows the results of different racers. And this is a great way just to show all of the race results and allow everyone to see the times. This is a back view of the exhibit where the med station will take place for any injuries of riders, and then there's actually a smaller little private room for people to be treated with injuries. Here's a view of the bar where people can stop to chat and get a quick drink of Red Bull or any beers at the beer garden. There is a couple screens behind the counter which allows people to watch the footage live and watch the races live. Here's an overall elevation view of the exhibit structure. This exhibit structure is actually 20 feet by 30 feet and then a height of 18 feet tall. And then here is another elevation view of the actual stage, and the stage is actually 20 feet tall and 30 feet wide. Every event benefits from having collateral for a show, so one of the things that attendees will get as they sign up for this event is a little ticket, and it basically shows what it's valid for. So there are several things that happen within this bike summit, and that includes concerts, events, and drinks. So there's a little description of what it actually includes, as well as the date and price. And then as attendees leave the event, they will be given shirts with all of the sponsors to show their support for the event. Another important aspect of having any event is using social media and platforms to amp up the event before it even begins. So the event will be marketed months before the event. It will be posted on a specific Instagram account that was made for this actual event, and then also the Red Bull website. This will catch eyes of both Red Bull enthusiasts and avid bikers. The post will basically be made about saving dates, ticket pricing, events happening, shows sponsored, and posts about each specific event that's happening on certain show dates. Now I'll begin by showing you the whole itinerary of the full 7 days. I basically mapped out what will be happening, and the main idea of this whole week is to have about one event each day so people can focus on that specific event. So for Saturday, July 1st, they will begin by having a message from the Red Bull team on the stage, and then road races will take place as well as the awards right afterwards. And then the beer garden finally opens, and it's July 1st, so there will be a Canada Day celebration just because this is in Canada, and that is the day that they celebrate their independence. And right next to this, I've included a poster that will be marketed for the road race. It includes the icon that I had talked about in the beginning and just the different things that will be happening on that specific day. For day 2, Sunday, July 2nd, we will have a message from our sponsors in the beginning, Pump Track Awards, and then a concert by AC/DC. I think an important part of having an event is getting people that are well known to come and perform because it attracts so many more people, and then that also attracts them to different brands and different activities that they didn't even know about in the beginning. And then I also included another poster to the side of this. I included a poster for each and every day, so it basically lets people know what happens on that specific day so they're aware. For day 3, July 3rd, on the Monday, is a message from the Kootenay Mountain Biking Club, which is the local club that I had talked about previously. And then that day, extreme unicycling will be taking place as well as the awards afterwards on stage. On day 4, Tuesday, July 4th, there will be a message from the Source BMX Biking Company to begin the day, and then a prize giveaway. This is where the BMX bike located in my exhibit will be handed out. After that, there will be BMX racing and BMX awards, and then there will be 4th of July celebration for the people that are from the United States because this town is actually close to the border, so I wanted to be inclusive for everyone that might attend. For day 5, Wednesday, July 5th, there will be a message from the Red Mountain Resort thanking everyone for being here and supporting their resort. And then there will be a mountain biking race, mountain biking awards, and then a concert by a local band to support local. One of the things that I wanted to ensure with all of these events happening day by day is grouping like sports together. So all of the mountain categories are back to back by the days, and then the ones on the roads will be in the beginning, and so on. For the 6th day, it's kind of a jam-packed day. 2 of the events had to be included just because there are 8 different events. So Thursday, July 6th, there will be a message from Red Bull Bike Summit, and then motocross racing, and as well as dirt bike racing, and then the awards after both. And on day 7, for the last day on July 7th, is the final races. They do urban downhill as well as the awards, and then any final prize giveaway, which includes t-shirts and things like that. For this event, I decided to use the EPIC framework, which stands for Elevation, Pride, Insight, and Connection. So basically, attendees feel elevated as they enter the space when they see the crowds of people with the same interests, large infrastructures, and tons of things to do. This basically gives everyone a sense of pride by knowing that people appreciate their brand's work and skills. And by attending the event, attendees gain a sense of insight about different brands, techniques, and more. And lastly, this event is beneficial because it promotes connecting with people as well as businesses. And this concludes my presentation. Thank you for listening.